Ah, good to see you, dear viewer. It's Gabe again, and I've always really liked video games. Loved them even. Speaking of love, it's February, and you know what that means. Buying chocolate right now is a really good idea. Since last time we took a little vacation in Mario Sunshine, exploring the first game I remembered, I felt the next logical step was to explore the first game I ever loved. Road Trip Adventure is a car role-playing game, or CarPG for those of scholarly taste. In an effort to overthrow your aging delirious president, you travel the world and form an elite team of race car drivers to publicly humiliate the Chrysler-in-chief on national television, pick up part-time jobs, become a four-wheeled bounty hunter, take a few selfies, gamble, enhance yourself with black market cybernetics, and finally send the old beater to the junkyard where he belongs. On the side, build up an independent city-state of dissidents and outcasts in case your plot fails. Wow, kid stuff is deep sometimes. E for everyone, more like E for ease the means of production. Maybe cut that joke? I don't think that would. Several years after liberating my copy of Road Trip Adventure from a discount section of a Toys R Us electronics department, happy memories of it still spill fresh like oil into my brain pan. It was the first game I ever thought about when I wasn't playing it. The first game I ever tried to analyze so I could find more games like it. My youthful self even then had the critical faculties that would grow into the overly erudite, gum-flapping, anxious mess you're listening to right now. How did that first attempt go again? I remember my first attempt at media analysis went something like this. My neighborhood best friend James and I were reveling in the long-distance drives between the game's towns. "This game is so cool," he said. "Yeah, it's so cool," I said back. "This game is so cool because you can just cruise around and do anything," he added. "Yeah," I said. Feeling particularly lucid that day for a 5-year-old, I then followed with, "I like that you can just go anywhere, and you can talk to people." "Yeah, that's really cool," he said. Then we ate some sliced pears from his grandmother, and kept on playing in relative silence. Wow, real edge-of-your-seat stuff there, tiny me. Keep it up. Maybe lay off the tortilla chips though? You'll thank me later. It's not all pleasant little pit stops and podiums here. There are some problems. The physics of this game are more of a suggestion. When you play with toy cars as a child, you often reason that they can fly or some other such nonsense to justify making a cool jump or to avoid some imaginary hazard that your squishy little noggin came up with. When it happens with your adorable die-cast Mustang, it's awesome. Oh my god! When it's the result of weird collision during a tense race against AI drivers and losing means restarting, it's less awesome. I'm not mad, just confused. Its RPG leanings also mean it can get rather grindy. You can find ways of softening these cash flow woes, but you'll always be a few bucks short well into the endgame unless you do a significant bit of mind-numbing repetition. Just like real life! I'm glad I could be exposed to the horrors of capitalism so early, though I am a bit worried that the easiest solution presented to most frustrated children is hitting the roulette table.
Okay, stop, giggle, stop. 17 black. You can stop now.
Road Trip's prevailing theme is freedom. Freedom to discover, get lost, find your way back. Though the world map itself seems linear and empty, and it is, there are numerous hidden areas and challenges to uncover, provided you exercise freedom. You can ignore all of these and just travel to each town's Q's factory to complete the main story, but like most RPGs, the side content contains upgrades and secrets that obliterate the game's difficulty. It's oozing with delicious mystery, provided you give it due attention. There's the freedom to break this game wide open. While simple at first glance, the game's part systems allow for numerous builds. Combine certain brake pads with low grip tires and high top speed, and you can make a drift machine. High acceleration and a wing kit can let you control your falling speed and essentially acts as downforce on tracks with jumps. You can simply give your car the strongest upgrades available in each town, but because of the aforementioned money troubles, moving along with any sort of pace requires that you pick and choose your upgrades and make sacrifices to access better and faster income from the more difficult races. Or, add on weird gadgets like the jet skis and flight kit and really make things complicated. There's the freedom to pick your own team, customize your look, and really make the experience your own. Make yourself a classic American muscle car, a Japanese tuner, your parents' van, a rubber duck with turbojets. Paint yourself blue. Have a dump truck as your best friend. Live in a UFO. It's all yours to decide. I adore this game, despite its busted physics model and simplistic art direction, despite its loose plot and stolen music, because as a child, I also yearned for that freedom. As children, we are not allowed much of anything, mostly to our benefit, but when young, we can't help but feel like our lives are largely decided for us. What to eat, what to wear, where we go, and when we get there. Both of my parents were quite loving, but also quite protective. I stayed inside and played a ton of video games because going outside held the risk of the 3 Bs: bruises, burns, and bullies. I didn't take as many risks as other kids, and as a result, I'm still quite hesitant when facing the unknown today. Road Trip offered me a chance to see what a more open life might be like. I knew it was a fantasy, I was a pretty cynical kid, but that wasn't the point. Maybe someday I would explore a new city, make new friends, gamble away a bunch of money, and overthrow the government. Maybe some of you out there already have. As of now, my adulthood hasn't quite been so freeing. And this game is no longer the happy escape it once was. You can only skate on a lake of nostalgia so much before cracks begin to show, and this most recent revisit of this game might be one of my last. Preserving your childhood memories sometimes means putting them on the shelf for good. It isn't always easy to choose which parts of childhood to keep in the rosy glow of the past. We must let things that freed us in youth be free themselves in our adulthood. A life worth living requires that we take on risks and responsibilities we are never truly ready for. Sometimes we need to take off in a flight of childish whimsy that teaches us something new. The new is often terrifying in its indifference to our existing comfort, necessary as it may be. For adults, new is scary. Change is scary. For children, however, the new is a daily experience. A healthy child does not constantly weigh the risks of a new adventure. A healthy child lives. It's important that this part of your inner child is never left on that shelf of bygone memories. It may be damaged, it can even be ripped away from you before you've truly had it, but you can always get it back. Through the help of my wife and many friends, I have begun to heal this part of my inner child and take on life with a bit more passion. I hope for those of you with similar experiences, you can do the same. So it goes that out of respect for said inner child, next time we'll be taking a look at one of the other favorites of my youth, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Until then, take care of yourselves, and I hope I'll see you all again real soon.